Typical Colors 2 has to be one of, if not my favorite games on Roblox. With it having a great community, developers, and graphics, it seems like the better version of Team Fortress 2. But when playing this game for the first time, it was a painful experience attempting to play the game due to the amount of tryhards and sweats that were running in every basic server. So I'm here to tell you how to play each character and what each of the weapons will do. Today I'll be going over all of Flanker's primary weapons. This will be a several part series where I'll be going over every character's primaries, secondaries, and melees. And some characters with having their own fourth category of weapons, mainly only one character. But let's get this started. I don't want to waste any of y'all's time. So let's start with Flanker's first primary. The stock starter shotgun is a very basic and strong weapon, and I mean strong. This weapon is used a lot by most flanker players due to the high damage it can rack out for a starter weapon. Now, even though it's the starter weapon, there isn't much to talk about for it. It's just a basic common for flanker, and most of the starter weapons are the most used weapons in the game. That suggests just stay at a good distance from fights you can't win, and if you see someone low or alone, rush them and quickly take them out. Then keep going on with your day. Not much to say. Upal DB is a basic double barrel shotgun, racking up big damage at close range at the cost of only having 2 ammo locked into its chamber. Since it's a double barrel shotgun, in the end this gun's best used to pick off lone stragglers, or you can use it to launch your enemies into the stratosphere. Very reliable and can combo with the Rich's Brew to rack out even more damage. I'd give it a shot if you wanted to be more so annoying playing flanker, rushing in every few seconds to just get a kill. But, I mean, it's basically all you're supposed to do with the weapon. It's pretty simple, and I don't see a reason why not to give it a shot. I mean, it's probably one of the best, but personally, there's way better options in the end. This weapon can be annoying and overpowered in the right hand, but if you give it to the wrong person, this weapon becomes worse than the Forsaken community. What makes this weapon special is that it deals mini crit damage from behind, turning flanker into an agent if you can manage to actually sneak behind someone, which is something flanker is not very good to do. Because if you get detected, you're kind of cooked. This weapon can be comboed with the Boxy Color to quickly tank and push behind enemies without taking damage, and then when they least expect it, shoot everyone in the back, shredding the defenses. Very reliable in the right hands. If you want a main flanker, I'd give this weapon a chance, but if it doesn't pique your interest, go back to using the stock shotgun. It's a lot better. Basically no one uses the Perceptionist except for new people who just started playing the game thinking, oh wow, this weapon does really good punch behind. This has to be a good weapon. Even though in the end it's just gonna ruin the amount of fun you're gonna have on flanker. Just use the stock shotgun, for the love of God. The Cobalt, aka the Shortstop, is a very strong and heavily useful weapon if you have a consumable like the Batarang, Witch's Brew, Bloxy Cola, or Mad Milk as your secondary. The Cobalt has a unique playstyle, as not only does it reload its entire clip at once, which is nice, but it counts itself as a pistol for some reason. This weapon does not require you to be up close to deal high damage, as it can deal high damage at both close and medium range. As much as people say it sucks, I personally think it's one of Flanker's better primaries for new people, as it does high damage at medium range and close range, which is good because, well, I don't know if new players understand how a shotgun works. If they do, good job. If not, they're going to be kind of, stumped. You can also pair this weapon with specifically the Batarang to constantly get a free 65 damage to anyone instantly after killing them, due to the fact that the Cobalt, upon killing people, refreshes the cooldown for secondary items.
But that's also if there was someone nearby. So if no one's nearby after you kill someone, the battling's just there in your inventory waiting to be used. But besides that, it's just a regular shotgun pistol. Heavily suggest this to people who are interested in trying to main flanker. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say about it. It's good.
Now we're getting into the more interesting and unique flanker primary weapons, as we're going to be talking about the Soda Popper now. The Soda Popper is the little power DB if it decided to say, "Screw you! You want to double jump? Too bad! We can't have you do that anymore. Instead, you now have a meter that until that meter is filled, you won't be able to double jump." Instead, they actually gave us something better. Upon filling up the meter, instead of having, a double jump like after that meter is filled, you get 10 double jumps in a row. No need to land, because you can just jump mid-air. You can just start flying. This weapon can shred through people when mixed with Witch's Brew, racking up high damage really quick, allowing you to constantly and sometimes possibly instantly get your hype meter back. Or you can combo it with the Rap Assassin and Battering to build your hype meter from far away, if that's even possible. I haven't tested. But if you like using the power DB, I give this weapon a chance. It's very good in some circumstances. Just you to you. I'd suggest it. I like it. A lot of people like it. My friend Snazzy, he loves it. It's good. It's heavily underrated.
Face Blaster, or in other words, the BFB, is the middle child of flankers primaries, due to it being good half the time and very bad the other half the time. The unique stats it has makes it so the more damage you deal, the faster you become, up to 135 to 150%, at the downside of dealing 35% less damage, which is BS because I'm still able to shred through people like a lawnmower when it comes to Scout's weapons, because they do the exact same amount of damage. Putting the damage penalty on the weapon doesn't change anything. Seriously, it does nothing. Look it up. The people who mainly use this weapon tend to have a higher ego and act a lot more toxic than most flanker players. But no one cares in the first place, since it's how they cope to not getting a lot of attention. But some people are really nice when using this weapon. Overall, it's just a more annoying version of the stock. Freaking hate this gun. Heavily suggest if you're around levels 30 to 60, don't ask why I'm being so specific. You should give this weapon a shot. It's very good. Seriously though, why does everyone I meet that uses this weapon have to be so toxic? At the time I'm reading this, or more so writing it, the Specialist has been reworked to have completely different gameplay than seen in the video. Also, if my voice sounds a bit sped up, that's because it is. Due to me only having a minute and 30 seconds of gameplay, I have a lot to read about for this weapon. The Specialist makes it so instead of having a capture rate of 2, you have a capture rate of 3, allowing you to capture objectives a bit faster, which can change the game heavily depending on what the game mode is. Now, in hindsight, this seems very good if we ignore the damage penalty, but damage penalties do nothing to this weapon. Sadly, it's only good in 2 game modes, maybe 3. I haven't tested if it works. The Specialist can only be effective in King of the Hill and Payload, and possibly Capture the Flag due to its rework. Because upon capturing, defending, or standing on the point, you get an increase in damage, speed, and resistance, allowing there to be a better outcome in most scenarios. But, in other words, it's kind of useless. It's only helpful in 3 game modes, possibly. It's just not that good. You can try it if you want, but in the end, it's really bad. It's redeemable if you give it to people who know what they're doing, but besides that, don't use it. I'm just trying to help you out.
As much as I could go on for 6 hours ranting about how this weapon is the best flanker weapon, I can't, since I don't have 6 hours of gameplay to talk talk over, so I'm only just gonna summarize this weapon as best as I can to a little to 3 minutes. Here we go. So I'll pop my knuckles real quick. The shotgun cannon is basically the Frankenstein for flanker, due to the fact you can shred through a heavy, or in other words, brute's health instantly, only needing to hold down the weapon for about 2.5 seconds. And then you can just basically shred through every other character. It's really good. It does high damage. The fact it's a shotgun for the fastest character in the game that can shoot 4 bullets in the span of 2 seconds is shocking for someone holding a shotgun. If you're close enough, you can hit all 4 consecutive shots and not die in the process. And this weapon can rip people apart, basically. As much as I want to say it's the best, I have had people say and clown on me for using it in general. I used to hate this weapon a lot, but then I overlooked it for way too long. With its insane firing rate when it's loading 4 bullets into the chamber, you can absolutely cause people to turn into a walking flesh sponge. I heavily suggest this weapon as it is a hidden gem amongst flanker weapons that is undiscovered by the TC2 community, because little to nobody uses it, and if you do, I love you and will make out with you. But you don't have to. I'm not going to force you to use it. I mean, actually I will, but, you know, I don't know where you live yet, so I can't really, force you to use it. So, I'd just like to say, I'd hope you go hop on Typical Colors 2 right now as we speak, and start using the shotgun cannon at this very moment. Well, that's every flanker primary. Now I just gotta think if I'd rather do troopers primary or flanker secondary for the next video. A choice I can't really decide on if I want to do it or not, but that's for you guys to choose. In the end, flanker is a very good character for people who are just starting the game. He can be the best in some scenarios and worse in some scenarios, with the only downside is you want to go buy those shark plushies from IKEA and maybe put some thigh highs and a mini skirt into your Amazon wish list, but that's your choice. Well, you don't have a choice because you're playing flanker. In the end, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something from this guide. Until my next video, have a great day, and I hope you stay positive.